Good day, everyone. I'm your Kuya Kim, always giving you an informative knowledge. For now episode, I will discuss to you the 7 components to optimizing learning. These 7 key components to optimizing learning are involved in the so-called integrative education model. The integrative education model uses data from such diverse fields, such as physics, psychology, and neuroscience. This interactive system involves the learner's thoughts, feelings, senses, and intuitions. As the models evolve from a theory to actual practice, the 7 key components become apparent, while parts of the model can be used effectively. Without all components in place, the most effective use will be include all 7. The first key component is the responsive learning environment. These components requires educators and parents to develop new and supportive attitudes towards learning. The roots of this organizational plan are buried deeply in the works of Plato, Socrates, Froebel, Pestalozzi, Dewey, Montessori, Piaget, and other innovative educators, and strive for a unique learning experience for each individual participation necessary to learning. Is encouraged to ensure the assimilation of concept, while the responsive learning environment has a different format for each group of learners. There are 8 basic characteristics of these components.
There is an open, respectful, and cooperative relationship among teachers, students, and parents. A relationship that includes planning, implementing, and evaluating the learning experience.
The environment is much like a laboratory or workshop, rich in materials with simultaneous access to many learning activities. The emphasis is on experimentation and involvement.
Curriculum is flexible and integrative. The needs and interests of the students provide the base from which the curriculum develops.
Minimum of total group lessons, with most instruction occurring in small groups or between individuals. Groups centered around needs or interests can be formed by teachers or students.
Number 5. Student is an active participant in the learning process. Movement, decision-making, self-directed learning, invention, and equity are encouraged both inside and outside the classroom. Students may work alone with a partner or in group. Peer teaching is important.
Assessment, contrasting, and evaluation are all used as tools to aid in the growth of the student. Frequent conferences keep students, teachers, and parents informed of progress and provide guidance for future plans.
Number 7. Cognitive, affective, physical, and intuitive activities are all valued parts of the classroom experience.
Number 8. The atmosphere is one of trust, acceptance, and respect.
You should understand that the responsive learning environment is highly structured and presents a complex learning organization to the students. This environment has the ability to meet all learners at their present level of cognitive, social, emotional, physical, and intuitive development, and to help them move from that point. The next key concept is the relaxation and tension reduction. Relaxation techniques must be learned to allow the body to operate with the mind's energy. Physical environment too can play an important part in facilitating and inhibiting the reduction of tension. The use of calming music, playing a calm music, for example, the colors, can aid in reducing anxiety and tensions. Movement and physical encoding is the third key concept to optimizing learning. Physical movement is important to learning. A child's movement is quite natural until entering school, where there is less and less opportunity to integrate movements and physical sensing into the learning experience. Among the few disciplines that retain this important aspect of learning are arts and physical sciences. To better educate students, educators must be acknowledge the importance of movement. The purposeful change of place, position, or posture as part of the learning process, and physical encoding the learning process, which uses the physical body to transfer information from the abstract to symbolic level to a more concrete level are integral to this movement and can produce more precise learning with a higher rate of retention. Encoding techniques might consist of this use of rhythms, role-playings, physical manipulation materials, and the creation of situation or actual events. And that's the third key. The fourth key concept to optimizing learning is the empowering language and behavior. Let's take a concrete information to an educator who's using an integrative education. Hi ma'am, I'm Kuya Kim Atienza of Integrative News naman.
Hi Kim, nice meeting you.
I am here to ask you about the fourth key concept of optimizing learning of integrative educational model.
Okay, well, as far as I know, empowering language becomes an important of classroom communication between teachers, between students and teachers, and between students. The students who are given opportunities to work in an environment in which empowering language is exhibit a positive self-concept. All of these characteristics can be shown to enhance academic environment.
Thank you for that information, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome.
The next key concept to optimizing learning is the choice and perceived control. During the past decade, many researchers have found that the choice and the resulting perception of control are significant factors in students' academic achievement and self-concept. Interestingly, it is not just the choice or control allowed student that makes the difference, but their perception of the choice. Good decision-making must begin with opportunities for the choice and alternative thinking to become skilled at making appropriate and positive decisions. Students must have opportunities for guided practice. These decision-making skills also help young people establish values by which they can live, that work effectively and lead to satisfying, fulfilling lives. Complex and challenging cognitive activity is one of the components of integrative education model that has gained the most attention by educators. We're here at Bulacan State University, Laboratory High School. We're going to ask Miss Apple to the sixth concept of integrative model. Hi ma'am, I'm Kuya Kim Atienza of IN. I heard that you are implementing integrative education in your classroom.
Yes, Kim. For 5 years, I'm using the integrative education.
Wow ma'am, that's amazing. Why does the sixth key concept of integrative model is considered as one of the most important concepts?
It's because the cognition, even its expanded definition, only involves the function or of context, leaving the brain stem and the midbrain, limbic area, as well the prefrontal cortex, completely out of the learning process. By these 6 components, integration of all functions must be accomplished to allow the most effective and meaningful learning of experience.
We are now down to the last key concept to optimizing learning, which is the intuition and integration. This key concept involves both an area of brain function and total brain process. The intuition function has been the least recognized by educators, but attitudes towards intuition seems to be changing. It has been shown that brain function are biologically different. A new effort being made to bring the right brain holistic. Those are the 7 key components to optimizing learning. These 7 keys allow a view of integrative education model from several vantage points, including the physical and emotional settings, the attitudes and communication skills of the teachers and learners, brain-compatible strategies, techniques, and the demand for function integration. From these components comes to students used to help them become a better learners. That's all for now. This is your Kuya Kim, always saying that life is better weather only.